Welcome back. We're now on the third motivational theme, and that's about love, belonging, and acceptance. And this plays out a lot in the negative context, which is loneliness. And we live in a culture where over half the people in America are deeply, deeply lonely. And we're talking about the story right now about the woman caught in adultery.
Jesus talks about how there's a woman that religious people went and found who was in the middle of the act of adultery, and they dragged her out in front of an entire crowd of religious people and just left her there in a state of nakedness and completely being exposed.
Yeah, exposed to the elements. And I think that's a lot of our deepest fear, right? That we're actually alone and that we'll be exposed as being alone. So the question is, where do people find acceptance and belonging today? Right out here. We go to bars, we go to clubs, we find anything to connect with somebody, to feel some sense of belonging. The amazing thing about the story is that Jesus actually comes out and meets this woman in her deepest shame and deepest embarrassment and embraces her in front of everyone, making her feel accepted and belong.
The Bible actually offers us the truth of how God treats us, and we see that in the story where Jesus meets this woman right in the middle of her deepest loneliness, and he meets her need and says, I love you no matter what you're going through, no matter what all these people say, you are accepted. And so if we have a foundation that we can stand on and a truth that we can live by, that God accepts us, and that it's not that it doesn't matter what people think about us, it does, it's always going to affect us, but we have a foundation of belonging already to God, and that we can live out of that truth with other people.
So one of the great deceiver's tactics is to make you feel that you are alone, because he wants to isolate you and destroy you. So he will do whatever he can to communicate to you that no one cares about you. No one calls because they like you. You have no friends. That if you maybe give yourself to someone, that then you'll maybe get something in return. There's just all these tactics because he knows that community is everything and that God made us to be in community. But he gives lie after lie after lie that you are alone in this world. So here's the truth. In Joshua 1:9 it says, God is with you wherever you may go, no matter what life brings. So if the truth is God is with us, and that is actually true, our response is be brave, be strong, be fearless, you are never alone. Which is an encouragement, but we all still struggle with feeling lonely, feeling isolated. I know we do, and I know you probably do too.
So we spent some time with our friend Jamie Ivey, and we asked her, what kind of friends should we be looking for, and what kind of friends should we become for others for the sake of the gospel?
If you're gonna bring something to the table, there's a really high chance you're gonna get hurt. This is not gonna be 100%, this is gonna work out awesome every single time you share your story or struggle with a friend. Because the reason why is because you're telling your story or friend to a human who is sinful. And so sometimes people are gonna hurt you, but it's worth trying again. It is worth trying again. And so my thing is, I wanna find girlfriends in my life who love God more than they love me. What I mean by that is that they love God so much that when I confess to them, they love God so much that they want to emulate the way he treats us when we confess. And so they're going to look at me and they're going to listen. They're going to tell me if what I'm doing is wrong, but then they're going to love me, and then they're going to check in with me, and then they're going to say, how can I help you battle this? And then look for people who also, this is huge, who also understand that we are all sinful people. Because people who get all in their like high and mighty horse, if I would never do that, that's not a safe person. That's not a safe person. Because they don't understand that my sexual sin and their sin of pride, that Jesus died for both of those equally. And so I say, find someone who loves God deeply. They love God so much. And find someone who understands the nature of sin, that we are all sinful, all in need of a Savior.